welcome to another day with Nala on Nala Namaste, where you must live and learn so you don't get burned. So let's do it. Let's talk about sex. So I am joined today by 3 different generations so we can get 3 different perceptions on sex. I have Stephanie representing the 20s, I have Gigi representing the 30s, and I have Annette representing the 40s, and me too. Okay, so we're just gonna go right into it. How important is sex in a relationship? Don't answer that yet. I wanna read some statistics for you first. So, I don't have my handy dandy notebook today. I just have my little cards that I made. 77% of teen pregnancies are unplanned. 15% of those end in miscarriage and 30% end in abortion.
Wow.
1,700 teens between the ages of 15 and 17 give birth every single week in this country. Those are some pretty devastating statistics. So for my teens that are watching this, you can go to www.teenhealth.com to get more information on that. All right, the negatives about sex. STDs between the years of 2016 and 2018 are the highest they've been in decades. Dating apps have increased casual sex, which result in STDs. Not all STDs can be cured. And pregnancy and abortion also have an increased rate, with 1 of 7 people that have HIV and AIDS and they don't even know it. Positives, of course there's positives to sex. It strengthens your immune system. For women, it improves your bladder control. It lowers your blood pressure, that's for men and women. It lowers prostate risk for men, prostate cancer risk. And it helps us improve sleeping habits as well as ease our stress levels. All right, so let's go into the questions now. Whoever wants to chime in, how important is sex in a relationship? Let's start in the 20s.
You can make it or break it.
Well, sex, not
Is
that
it overrated?
important. Yes, it can be.
I think it might be in the top 3 or 4 of important things.
The top 3 or 4, okay. And do you think there's so much casual sex in your generation because of that? Why do you think there's so much casual sex in your generation?
As far as casual sex, just flashing back, we're taught about sex and our parents were told we were being taught about sex. It started and ended in the classroom and that was it. I don't think many of us went home and talked about it. It wasn't like, hey, do this and do that. This is right, this is wrong. It started in the classroom, ended in the classroom, and that was that.
So are you saying that parents don't sexually educate their children enough?
At least not.
And I know it's uncomfortable, parents, but we got to have these conversations with our children, whether they're a boy or a girl, because the teen pregnancy rate is so high. So I'm going to move over to Annette. You were a teen mother, correct?
Yes, I got pregnant at 17.
Was
had
that
my
due
daughter at
to
18.
was that due to lack of sexual education?
No, it was due to being irresponsible. I
Okay.
was on birth control, just didn't take it consistently. But
Okay.
my mother did educate me. It was just a matter of I didn't have much to do.
Okay. And you're a young mother as well. So why did you become a young mother?
I was married at the time, and it just, you get excited that you're married, you want to start a family, you just
Okay.
kind of jumped right into it.
Okay. And then I want to ask you, you said if you became a parent and your child came home pregnant, how would that end?
Either pack and go.
A pack and go?
My opinion, I mean, my parents never really talk about sex, but the fear of even like going to have sex was like, oh no, I'm not gonna do this because I don't even want to basically face the consequences of just having sex because I know it leads to pregnancy. So I just feel the same way. If you're responsible enough, just like you're responsible to get a job, get a car, get a credit card, if you're responsible enough to have sex, you should be responsible enough to take care of it.
Well, one of the things I used to tell my niece is, if you're not ready to have a baby, you're not ready to have sex, because accidents do happen.
Yeah,
they do. And I personally, when I was in high school, I didn't become sexually active till I was 19, and that was because a lot of people teased me and all of that, but I didn't care. I wanted to be different. I didn't want to be that girl in high school that everybody said was a hoe or everybody talked about behind her back. And I just wanted to be different. And initially I did want to wait till marriage. Realistically, that doesn't always happen. But yeah, I just think it's important to absolutely be responsible. Absolutely, because accidents do happen. So my next question, do you think there's so much casual sex because of the dating apps that are out now? Is it because of lack of self-love, lack of self-respect? Anybody can chime into that?
I think those apps are increasing casual sex. Not that all human beings just they're curious about it, having sex with this person, how different it will be from someone else. But I think the app is making it easy and convenient for them to have casual
To connect
sex
with other people.
Exactly.
But you can connect with people without sex.
That's true. I just think that, like you said, a lot of self-respect.
Okay.
I find that talking to women, because we deal with a lot of women in fitness, that they want that attention, they want that
They
TLC,
do.
and they substitute that with sex, which is not the same thing.
It's not. And for me, I mean, it's our temple. You can't just let anybody in your temple. You can't do that. It's like your prized possession, and once you give that to somebody, you can't take it back. Okay, so do you think guys respect us more if we make them wait? You first.
I thought about this for a while today.
Okay.
Not gonna believe this, but I've been in many different states, met many different guys all over the United States. I've met one guy that wanted to wait until marriage for sex, and he held to that. He was the one and only guy ever. Not two, not three, just one. And
Wow, interesting.
to me, I think that tells you a pretty good answer on that. The respect level is definitely different than the way it was a long time ago, where people were raised right to wait till marriage,
Right.
wait, save it, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely changed.
Okay. And what do you think? Do people respect?
I think people, it depends. It depends on the individual.
Okay.
It depends on the type of relationship you have with someone. For instance, I was in a long distance relationship. He was way in the military in Virginia. I was in Florida.
Okay.
I didn't want to, it's not like you don't love someone, but the thought of them being so far away make you like, I kind of want to wait so we can have a strong foundation. So I waited. So
Okay.
it depends on the relationship and being comfortable with that person as well.
Do you think that a physical relationship is okay? Just having a physical relationship with somebody?
Well, it depends on where you at in life, and it
Okay.
depends on what you want.
Okay.
Because I have several friends who just have physical relationships. There's no other connection, and they're fine with that. And each
Wow.
other respects that. So it depends on what you want at this point. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, then that's not something that you may want to do.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What about HIV? Nobody ever talks about that anymore. Do you think if you're in a monogamous relationship that you don't need to get tested, or do you think that that's something people should still do on a regular basis?
Most people don't even really think about it until it happens to them, because they don't think, oh, it's not going to happen to me. I mean, it can most definitely happen to anybody. And I just think that there should be more ways around testing and more ways to make it easier, because I feel like that's the issue, is they're not going to get tested.
Okay. And what do you think?
I think it's very important to get tested, even if you're in a relationship. I mean, people married for 30, 40 years and divorced later on, nothing is solid. Only, nothing is truly solid. I think you should. I take the routine every time around my birthday. I get a whole entire physical done, and I get all STD checked, all tests, blood tests. I get everything done. So it's a routine for me every single year around my birthday.
What are your thoughts on the whole HIV thing?
I don't know if you know, my mom passed away from HIV back when it was the epidemic in the 80s and 90s. For me, I feel like it's very important that you get tested, even if you're with someone. She was with someone that she thought was exclusive relationship, but that wasn't the case. So for me, it's very important to get tested, because you never know. Your life may be in stake,
That is so true. Okay. So what advice can we give those females out there that lack the self-love and the self-respect, that will pretty much sleep with anybody just to get attention or affection? What is your advice for someone like that?
For me, I say you're worth more.
It
And
does
you
go
are,
to self-worth.
And you are enough. It has to do with what you believe in, and the things you want in life. Because for me, like at this point, to get into a sexual relationship, it has to be mind-blowing. It has to be more than just us
Right.
touching. You know, I
Okay.
got a lot of joy in my life, so I don't need just somebody to touch me like that. You know, so it's a matter of finding what you want in life, and that's just the add-on to it.
And I have to ask you too, what about the girls out there that are promiscuous and that are being called hoes and thoughts and the side chicks. What about the side chicks? What is your message to those women that settle so they can have something as opposed to nothing?
As far as
Because your generation is the one that's right.
The name calling thing, and I can speak from experience. In the moment, there's nothing one single person can do about to change that, so that you can either live in it or run away from it. At some point in their life, they will realize, wow, what I was doing was incorrect, and it may not happen the next day, the next year. It may not happen until
Okay, so Gigi, do you have a message for these women that are okay with settling and being the side chick, just so they can have somebody in their life?
Yeah, definitely. It's not worth it. 'Cause
Why? It's somebody that you can still have casual sex with, no commitment.
But why having an interest in someone else who's already taken? If you want to have somebody just a partner, then let them be single as well. Let them be exclusive with just you.
But what if I can't find anybody single? What if I want somebody they give me money, time, energy?
You need to rethink your
You
life.
need to rethink your life. If you think those are the most important things that exist in life, then you need to think
I feel
about
like
it.
that's judgmental. You said
It's
rethink
not.
their life.
Yeah, where are your goals at? How is being a side chick gonna help you accomplish your goals in life? Do you not
What's
want a
the end
family?
point? Where is it gonna take you? What's the final destination? To remain
I
single?
like that.
Is your
Okay.
goal, is your goal to ruin somebody else's life?
Do you think you're not worthy of
And
being?
think about it.
But
in a
it's just
relationship. Think about
a
side chicks.
temporary fix. What's
Think
wrong with a
about it.
temporary fix?
Temporary fix will be being part of pure romance. You can get you something on pure romance and get yourself satisfied.
What is that? What is pure romance?
Pure romance is a sex toy company.
Oh,
you
she
can
said
get-
it's a sex toy company.
So if you
Where's the
want
camera?
They're
something-
open
Over there.
24 hours a day. No excuses.
No, she's talking about Fair Villa.
But listen.
Plan a trip to your local sex store and you will
Hey.
no longer be the side chick.
Yes.
That's not funny. Are we making fun of side chicks?
No, we're not making fun. We're just letting you know that you're worth something. And think
They're
about
homewreckers.
it. Think about it. The
Homewreckers.
other woman that you ruining their lives and
But
taking
the other
their
woman
men
don't-
away.
the other woman don't know.
hold
She's
on.
gonna find out.
The other woman.
She's definitely
could
gonna
have-
find out.
The other woman could have been you. It could have
Yes.
been
Okay,
you.
that's
Your
okay.
mother, your
Yes.
daughter that you're raising, your cousin.
Mhm.
Do you want? Think about it. Put yourself in their
Do
shoes.
you want that karma?
Do you want that? Karma goes
So
around.
be patient. The moral of the story, be patient for your prince.
He'll come.
Go to your nearest sex toy store. Or
Don't
Temporary
touch what's not
satisfaction.
yours.
there's also a book. There's a book you can purchase. This is a very old book, but it's got lots of stuff in it. This is for monogamous relationships only. It's called Men in Bed by Barbara Kiesling, PhD, the author of The Good Girl's Guide to Bad Girl Sex. I don't
Ooh.
know if I should post that, but here it is. So next time we're going to talk to the guys and get their point of view, which is going to be probably the opposite, because guys can't go as long as we can. Does anybody have a message for the guys that aren't patient for their princess?
What's the rush?
Okay, I like that. That's a question,
Learn
not
how
a...
to control your testosterone.
Okay, and then...
Don't you prefer mind-blowing sex over like a little piece of climax?
Yes, I like. Whoop whoop.
On that note, tune in next week for the guys, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for being with me, ladies.
You're welcome.
Namaste out. Here we go. Namaste.
Namaste.
I hope you had a fierce day.
Whoop whoop. Positive vibes only.
Positive vibes only.
Positive.
Bye.
Don't